Right as oil started to turn down, and we told you the great story about a guy named Maximo Tejeda who ran Tejada Tubular, which is an oil tubing company. They had over 1,000 employees. They had to lay off a bunch as the price of oil collapsed. So we welcome Max back in. And Max, good to see you again. Thank you very much for joining us. The last time we spoke, you had gone from $300 million in sales and 1,100 employees down to 500 employees. Price of oil has come back a little bit. Where do you stand now in your business?
Well, we still went through 2016, where the price of oil went down to 26, and the rig count went down to 400. So 2016 was a lot tougher than 15.
How many employees do you have now, Max?
About 350.
So you've gone down. So you went from 1,100 to 350 because of the downturn in oil.
Absolutely. And now it is picking up, and we are rebuilding it. But your prior segment of our conversation is not only federal. To get a permit to build anything in Houston is also very, very cumbersome.
Are you actively hiring, or are you just staying steady? Right?
No. We are trying to come up with the new volumes that we're looking at. So that is definitely, we're trying to keep up with the market.
Do you feel like we're back in 17?
Yes and no. I really think the oil price situation is pretty fragile, and it's a supply and demand deal. And the more we produce, the more supply there is, and the demand doesn't increase, and the prices have already dropped the last few days.
Because I just saw we're producing more today than we ever have in history.
But we're getting more from fewer wells. That's the technology.
Yes, but we're also exporting, which is good. But let me go over one example, which I think drives the deal to the top of the table. What is the real price of domestic oil and gas? Okay. They both have the same value. It doesn't matter what quantity you use, dollars per barrel or dollars per million BTU. What do you think that is the cost of domestic oil?
No idea. I'm assuming you're going to say it's zero.
It's zero.
Zero.
Okay?
It's zero.
Everything else is economic activity.
The oil is free in the ground. You just got to get it.
Economic activity. Economic activity. The landowner gets a lease and they get royalty. Somebody comes in, gets the site prepared. They get paid. They employ people. Everybody pays taxes. The drilling rig comes in. They drill the well. So everything is economic activity. Compared to foreign oil, we got to take after-tax dollars, put it on the gas tank, okay? And then it goes to other countries. No economic activity.
That's why CNBC and our producers and me were traipsing the globe, because the story is so important, because so many people are employed. Let me ask you this. You make pipes that go down into the ground.
That's right.
He has miles. His facilities are unbelievable. You get lost in that facility. The president wants to make everything with domestic steel. Can we do it? Do we have enough capacity to do everything the president wants to do?
Not really. We're consuming 140 million tons of steel. We make about 90. So basically, if you don't have a transition where we can put everybody back to work and build the capacity we need, it won't happen. We would go backwards. So it took many, many years to come down. You cannot do it overnight. So you got to have a well-planned transition. But market forces will take care of it. But we need fair trade. Okay? We got NAFTA. It is impossible for an American company to sell one tube in Mexico.
Why?
Because basically they got a monopoly over there, and it's impossible for an American company to compete in Mexico, even though we have a free trade agreement.
We're going to leave it there. I'll tell you, you're a great story. I don't know if you know this. Dominican-born, took a $68,000, borrowed $68,000 from his son's college fund. His business was $300 million a year and 1,100 employees.
Yes. Great story.
That's a hell of a story.
Great Houston story.
That's a great small business success story. Keep us informed of how you're doing.
Very good.
Especially if you're hiring.
We're doing it.
Listen.
Nice to meet you. Okay.
All right, thank you very much, Brian. Good stuff.